Hi, welcome to my political show, Kavindu Political Times. Before start the show, I want to hit the like button and subscribe to my show. Now let's get started. Today on the show, we're going to talk about the disappointing jobs report and the Republicans, of course, about the situation in the Republican Party and the Indian COVID-19 pandemic. So I'm not surprised about all those factors. Before start the show, hit the like button and subscribe to the show. Let's get started now. As you all know, the jobs report was a bit disappointing. In fact, it was a lot disappointing, but it was, for me, at least expected considering the factors in mind. We are in the middle of a pandemic, the economy is yet to open up. This is very similar to how President Obama was facing the same situation in 2012 and 11. When he was running for re-election, he won, yes, but the Democratic Party couldn't win the midterms because the effects of the economic revision did not come along until Donald Trump came into power. That was disappointing in some way or another actually. But Joe Biden, though, unlike President Obama, I think he has a little bit more of excuse now. It's the pandemic. With the pandemic going around, some owners might say we are hiring people. Not everyone is actually hiring people at the moment. Businesses are shut down. Many great names are now going out of business, and the restaurant industry is tremendously damaged. But how many restaurants do you think are actually hiring around the United States right now? Not a lot by my knowledge, I would say. And look, in LA or Los Angeles, I want to say, it's a significant, no, in Los Angeles, it's a different matter. You see, in LA, it's a different argument. Because in LA, it's an argument where owners want to restart. Now, one owner says that they want to actually, I quote, want to start a second restaurant middle of a pandemic. I think that person is insane to do that in the middle of a time. That person is not going to find workers middle of a time. And it's not the COVID relief bill that's stopping people from going to work. People always have to work. People don't rely on government money to live. That's the reality. And the money hasn't even gone to the government yet. The reality is, the people who want to look for jobs can't find jobs. And when business or restaurant owners looking for new workers or waiters, they can't find them, they are not enough. So it's a confusion between the two parts of the coin. The simple reality is we are in the middle of pandemic and everyone is so quick to want to go to a normal. Yes, it's wonderful to go to normal, but there is not going to be an economic recovery that fast. It's going to recover, but it's going to take time. And that's the bitter reality about this. And blaming it on President Joe Biden is a little bit unfair, not at least right now. If it continues to happen, and then I would certainly say the Biden administration had to look into it. That is something to deeply consider. Now, moving on from that, let's talk about the Republican Party. I like to call the Trump Party. The Trump Party is loaded with utter stupidity right now. People like Matt Gaetz and people like them with utter stupidity. America first. I don't know what they're talking about. American politicians have always put America first. I mean, what else we have to do to say America first? Honestly, things like that. A person who has an investigation against him, going public on rallies, I'm starting to think he's either insane or completely stupid. I think he's stupid. One of the main advice a lawyer would tell to a client is to keep your mouth shut in the middle of investigation, not to go bragging around. I guess he's stupid after all. And of course, Liz Cheney is about to lose her job very soon. That's surprising. Speaking about the truth in the GOP right now is like talking about the truth middle of a Texan state talking about vegan food. There is a chance you could get shot talking about vegan in Texas, I can assure that. And that's the same thing for Liz Cheney right now. Look, I'm surprised who's going to replace her isn't exactly that much Republican compared to her actually. That's something to consider. So Liz Cheney's situation shows that the Republican Party will do anything to make their own people in the Republican Party to agree with Donald Trump. They will do anything, and that's the reality. If someone has experience as Liz Cheney loses her position, who else going to lose positions? People like Romney could lose their seats, or even positions within the Republican Party. And that is the bitter reality about this. Don't be surprised if a person like Romney eventually loses the seat or end up with nothing from the party, because I would not be surprised. When will the Republicans feel the direction they are going is wrong? I have an answer for that. They will know when they lose the election in 2024 and the midterms. Then they will know that they made the wrong choice. But they are too late by then. Because let's be clear, Joe Biden and the Democratic Party is looking to pounce on this chance because they know they have to win the midterms to keep the House. They know they want to, and that's the reality. Now moving on from that, now let's talk about the pandemics. Where is it now mostly damaged right now, you might guess? It's India. Well, it's no surprise, a country that was deserving to get this situation in some regards. Now look, India celebrated very early. Medical experts are saying they completely let go of things so quickly that the COVID restrictions that they let the disease, the pandemic, come into the situation again. Now India though should be given credit for the first wave. They handled it beautifully. Not much concern about even last year, even the IPL went along. Good call. But UAE, but get my point on that. But the second wave, they let festivals go on. People were maskless. People were close in crowds. I mean, you can think that is a breathing ground for the COVID-19 pandemic. It's a breathing ground. And the Indians have let that happen again and again. This time, they are going to pay for it. And my sympathies are with all the people who are suffering and the families who lost family members for COVID-19. My deep sympathies are with them. But I do hope that other people continue. I hope people do change their minds and start masking and doing what's right. Now in Pakistan, it's the same issue. In Pakistan, it's a balance between religion and Pakistan, it's about traditions and the pandemic. And it's going towards tradition. And that means expect to see Pakistan having a major blow up in COVID-19 cases. Just so I'm warning you on that. Just so you should know. So on that note, I'm going to end the video. Before the video, I want to hit the like button and subscribe to my show. Thank you very much.